Alrighty, Public Works, it's your time.
First off, I want to thank you, Mayor and City Council, for being so supportive of Public Works over the years. We truly have an amazing group of men and women that do the job day in and day out. With me today, I have Matt Garani, our Supervisor of Fiscal Services, LaShonda Fitch, our Executive Director of Oak Ridge Cemetery, and Daryl Harris, our Deputy Director. So, Public Works is made up of 13 divisions, including the streets, traffic, sewer, building, zoning, housing, engineering, GIS, motor vehicle parking, Oak Ridge, waste and recycling, and facility maintenance divisions. We currently have 195 people in our head count. We do have 7 vacancies at this time. In regards to our workforce, our minority numbers were 16.1% in 2015, and they are up to 28.7%. It's actually a jump from 23.5% last year, up to 28.7%. Our female numbers are lower. It's at 13.4%. A lot of that is partially contributed to our the types of jobs. 96% of highway workers are male across the United States per the Census Bureau. 86% engineers and engineering technicians, as well as some of the various trades, our inspectors, tend to be in over 90% male to female. However, with that being said, 3 of our last 4 hires were females, 2 of our dispatchers and our housing inspector. And if you take out those various areas that I mentioned, our numbers are around 48.7% for females. We always do try to diversify our workforce as much as possible. We promote, Lincoln Land Community College has a highway construction careers training program. Also in regards to minorities, we do the Grow Our Own program, partnering with the county in Hanson to try to get minorities in the STEM-related fields. And then in regards to our public works management, our minorities are up from 11.1% in 2019 up to 31.3%. And our females in our higher level positions are up from 5.6 to 37.5% this year. In regards to budget, our major increases are equipment and operations of equipment. We need new equipment. Our fleet is aging, and we need to have reliable equipment so that we can provide the high levels of service that we need to. And I'll get further into what equipment we're going to be asking for later on in the slide. And then operations of auto equipment, fuel costs have gone up, and then also our calculations were off in last year's budget, and it's just to reflect what the actual costs are per. Sorry, our operations of auto equipment, our fuel costs have increased as well as our fleet maintenance services. We were low on our calculations last year, and they've been updated to be reflective of what those costs are. And then our permanent improvements, the reason those are down is because we did complete $6 million worth of the road conversions last year. So that's the increase or the decrease you see in the permanent improvements line. As you can see, composition. Our major costs are permanent improvements. We'll be working on the Springfield Rail Improvements Project as well as Stanford Avenue from 11th Street to Fox Bridge and the downtown traffic signal modernization. And that comprises 63% of our budget, and the other 19%, or another 19% are our personal services for our 195 employees. Just in regards to our corporate fund, as you can see, the equipment's the major line item in both our garage and traffic sections, as well as our operations of auto equipment. Our non-corporate numbers are up. Oak Ridge needs some new equipment, and also we needed to roll over one of our Vector trucks. We thought we were going to have it by this year, and those cost approximately $485,000. So that's the increase you see in the non-corporate fund line items. And then the increase for permanent improvements are for lining and sewer projects. In regards to accomplishments in FY23, we did complete over 18 miles of overlays, including the conversions I mentioned, 9 miles of seal coat, 5 miles of concrete patching, a mile of brick street repairs, and then we did a lot of preventative maintenance too, including CRF, restorative sealer, reclamite, and patching and crack filling. In regards to ADA improvements, we also replaced 125,000 square feet of sidewalk and over 200 curb ramps. In regards to our larger capital projects, 5th and 6th Street underpasses were completed this past year. And then we have begun construction and completed a lot of construction on Cook and South Grand, including all the demolitions, utility relocates. Norfolk Southern bridges have been constructed, and they're currently working on track work. The Madison and Jefferson Street underpasses, we've completed the demolition and are in the process of doing utility relocates as well as installing the storm sewer to improve the drainage. And then we did complete the Chatham Road asphalt conversion from Jefferson Street to North Grand, as well as including a road diet to help improve the safety throughout that section. And the Hilltop Road multi-use trail was completed to improve road conditions as well as provide the bike accommodations to Long Bridge Trail, linking up the various subdivisions in that area. We also completed other pedestrian and bicycle accommodations, including widening the sidewalks along Comer Cox Park, completing missing links, including the 19th Street gap by North Grand Avenue, as well as creating links to Youngston Hills, to the Sangamon Valley Trail, as well as connecting Franklin Park through Pickfair to 11th Street in order to just provide better connectivity for pedestrians. We also completed over $6 million, or approximately $6 million worth of overlay conversions. Here are the various streets. I won't go ahead and name them, and that was throughout the city. I believe in every ward we did an asphalt overlay conversion. This is a good example of where we were versus where we are now. In FY15, if you look, nearly 50% of our roads were rated poor or fair, and now just below 2% are rated poor, 18.5% are rated fair, and then if you look, and we had only basically under 15% that were rated very good or excellent. Now we're approximately about 40% of our roads are rated very good and excellent. In regards to just operational performance, we increased our service requests. We did 3,900 the previous year. We did over 5,000 this year. 22,000 Julie tickets. We did over 6,700 work orders, including 2,300, over 2,300 picking up housing fly dumping issues, 730 street repairs, over 1,700 in sewer, 800 in traffic, so on and so forth. And then in regards to building permits too, we have substantially increased. We increased our amounts, 5,379 building permits this past year, over $200 million in building valuation this year, including $74 million worth of new commercial development, and then we collected $847,000 worth of fees, including 63 zoning cases, and we addressed 735 complaints. Housing, we substantially increased our number of complaints that we evaluated from, I think we were 7,400 last year, Daryl, and that now we're over 11,700. Fortunately, we have that many, but our inspectors did a really good job staying on top of them, and we did collect over $157,000 worth of fines. I think we were $121,000 last year, and then we did start collecting voluntary. Icon mentioned, why don't you collect voluntary proactive inspections? So we did start tracking that in July, which we did over 1,270. So interpolating that, and that's about 25% of our inspections were voluntary. In regards to demos this past year, we completed 29 crews with our own city crews. 34 we were able to get through thanks to Corporation Council and our inspectors pushing, and 34 owners demoed their own properties, and 15 were actually repaired. We did not have to resort to demos, which is our ultimate goal. Also, the bi-weekly yard waste, 2-day window worked out well, as well as we had a successful quarterly branch pickup. And then we completed the northeast area. We were able to get the tree inventory totally completed in that area, and we did receive the Tree City USA Growth Award. Let's see. Now, in regards to Oak Ridge, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to LaShonda Fitch, our Executive Director.
Thank you, Nate, and thank you, City Council and the Mayor, for the opportunity to speak tonight. Our department is very small compared to the rest of our department, so we view ourselves as micro. However, we're excited about our micro accomplishments and wins that we achieved over the past year. One is in this slide right here. Last year I looked back and we only had 2 bullet points, and now we have accomplished a full slide. So thank you, Nate, for sharing the opportunity with us. Another one was the reduced need of the subsidy. My predecessor was able to get you all to support us with the enhanced subsidy due to our revenue losses over time. As cemeteries are no longer valued, the generation who valued cemeteries are passing away. Therefore, the traditional revenue sources, such as the burials with the interment and the products, are declining. We're seeing an increased rise of cremation burials, which is less products, less services, and also gives the family the convenience to scatter or retain the cremains at home, therefore not utilizing the cemetery space to inter or urn or entomb their loved ones. With our department, we also had done some internal work, restructuring for a sales focus. Oak Ridge is an enterprise fund, and we do generate approximately $900,000 in revenue each year. Although the pandemic has elevated our numbers, we are seeing growth from the memorial sales, our open houses, and the community engagement and outreach activities. This year, Oak Ridge was at the Senior Day, the Veterans Day at the Illinois State Fair. Most did not expect us at the farmers market with DSI downtown Springfield. And we are working internally with other departments to have presentations, because our audience is not just historic, but also pre-planning and sharing about the need that families and individuals need to really think about how they impact their families when they don't plan for their final wishes. So our goal is to get that information out and educate our community, including internal departments, and we appreciate the partnerships and/or the collaboration thus far. In addition to our memorial sales, we had over 158,000 in grave space sales. Again, our numbers are elevated due to the pandemic. But Michael Losher is one that I would like to highlight, as he has changed leaps and bounds. He's very introverted, and he's been challenging himself, being flexible, working after hours, having presentations to the community, and being active in the community with our events. Another accomplishment was with working with our Public Works Department. Thank you so much, Nate, for the road repair assistance. With Oak Ridge, we are over a 166-year-old cemetery. Therefore, some of the historic sites do need to be repaired. And so, as most of you know, it does cost. A great example is the staircase that is literally adjacent to the staircase that the Lincoln Tomb recently was able to revamp or replace in this case. Not sure the cost, but I would think upwards of $200,000. Our great partners with the Oak Ridge Cemetery Foundation would like to try to take on that project and help, or I should say, with assistance of the city of Springfield. So those are some things. Alderman Williams had asked what were some of the things we needed, and that's one as far as from a historic preservation component. Other departments I would like to thank this year is Visit Springfield, the Communications Department, the Corporation Council, HR, City Clerk, and the City Treasurer, amongst others. We are looking forward to partnering up with the library and other departments in order to, again, educate our community on the historic of Oak Ridge, along with the education of our products and services. A special thanks to Donna DeVlantis and Deputy Mayor Kathleen Alcorn for submitting the grants on our behalf. The $1,000 Sangamon County Historic Society grant and the $150,000 Black History Initiative grant that was awarded or potentially awarded on the federal level. With those funds, we look to educate the African American community who about the Oak Ridge descendants who are buried in our cemetery and who have contributed to the success of Springfield. And lastly, a heartfelt thanks to my Oak Ridge team. Unlike the rest of the department, our grounds crew are both laborers and equipment operators. And our goal is to retain them along with succession planning. I was very surprised to see that most of our staff had tenures of minimum of 5 years up to 20 years. We are at a very lean department staff when it comes to our grounds crew and our offices. There's 3 of us, including myself. With the staff, they take pride in maintaining the operations of the second largest municipal-owned cemetery in Illinois. This year's budget request will allow us to continue our momentum, help with succession planning and sustaining employees. The opportunity to increase revenue, address hazardous items in a timely manner, improve operation efficiencies, educate our staff and community, protect our assets, and continue in community engagement. We appreciate your continued support and investment in Oak Ridge.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Excellent report.
Oh, let me go to my screen.
Well, okay, I'm sorry.
1 second.
Shonda?
Got more to go.
Yeah, we still got more, but.
Yeah, but I wanted
Should
to
we go back?
ask
You
a
wanna go ahead?
specific cemetery question. Did you want me to wait until at the end or just do it
I'll
now?
allow it. Go ahead.
So mine's real quick, just your staff. What does that look like? You said 3? Is 3 of you guys or?
So it's 3 of us in the office, myself, an office coordinator, and a sales and projects coordinator.
Is that 3 females, 2 men? Or what?
So it's 2 females, I am the African American, and we have 1 Caucasian male
Okay. And that's it for the office?
for the office. On the grounds crew, we have 7. We have a grounds coordinator, he just received a title change. A foreman, we have 1 equipment operator 2, and we have 4, if my math is correct, equipment operator 1s. The goal is to move them into equipment operator 2s because, as I stated, there is tenure in the organization, so people would eventually look to retire out. And of them, 1 is a minority male, and all of them are male.
Thank you.
Mr. Director, please continue.
All right. Well, Shonda's done an amazing job doing community outreach, and I just wanted to hit on some of the other areas too. Adina Reeves has helped coordinate some of these events, and then we in regards to our larger projects, we do have the Springfield Rail Improvements project that we have meetings every 6 months on. We've had a public meeting too for Cokie Mill Road, from Old Jacksonville Road to Washington Street, as well as we've had a couple meetings on the Lawrence Avenue at Walnut and the Lawrence and MacArthur Safety Improvements Project. We also had a public meeting for Bruns Lane, the Bruns Lane Road Diet, as well as a public meeting in coordination with IDOT for the MacArthur Boulevard improvements between South Grand and Wabash Avenue. We attend various neighborhood association meetings, and then as the mayor called them, Mr. Popular, our ward meetings that we're very active at. And we also have hosted some community events, including the Pumpkin Smash. We had successful household hazardous waste and then we'll actually have 2 of those this upcoming year in cooperation with the EPA, as well as the Earth Day Fair, and we'll also plan on doing another Arbor Day planting and tree giveaway. And then we're integrally involved with the Community Connections Initiative, cleaning a lot of alley cutbacks and picking up a lot of fly dumping, as well as our housing inspectors going door to door and various members going door to door to let them know the different services that the Public Works can provide for the city. In regards to this year, our goals for maintenance, we're planning on doing 12 miles of overlay, 50 miles of oil and chip, 5 miles of concrete patching, 1 mile of brick repairs, 30 miles of crack filling, 12 miles of various other preventative maintenance measures. As I say, every dollar you spend in preventative maintenance saves you $10 down the road in reactive maintenance. Also, we're planning on doing 125,000 square feet of sidewalk, and I actually anticipate we'll do approximately 200 curb ramps. I forgot to update that note from 100. In regards to our road and bridge projects, I mentioned Stanford Avenue. The utility relocates are just wrapping up with the electric division, and then we anticipate work starting this spring with the sewer work. That's from 11th to Fox Bridge. Also, the downtown traffic signal modernization is to start this April. They're ordering supplies at this time, and that work should start with the conduits and the traffic signals. And then the road conversions I anticipate will happen more than likely in the following spring, if not late fall, if the weather works. We also have 2 bridges that we need to complete, and that will have all of our active bridges above 70, which is the eligible criteria to be eligible for federal funding if anything's below 70. And that includes the Churchill Road Bridge that's just south of Jefferson, as well as the A Street Bridge Road, the A Street Bridge that is just north of Veterans Parkway by the Sangamon County Water Reclamation District plant, just north of the fairgrounds and the DNR building. Madison and Jefferson, we expect there's actually going to be a 14-month closure starting in April, but we anticipate getting major work done on that, and then hopefully having that back open the following June. And then we did receive a raise grant for the North Grand Avenue underpass and overpass. However, we need some additional funding, but our goal is to let that in November if the federal funding comes through. And so that we can complete the entire project by December 31st of 2025. And then our final phase of Chatham Road for the urban section is planned to be completed from North Grand Avenue to Veterans Parkway, which we're also planning on doing a road diet in that location. And the Cokie Mill and Greenbrier traffic signals, I think they may go out tomorrow for bid. So they'll be going out very shortly. Sewer infrastructure, we are planning on doing over $8 million worth of sewer infrastructure. We do have engineering going on, wrapping up the lining projects. Hanson's working on those designs, and then CMT's working on the northeast area pilot engineering, and Martin's working on the lake sewer design so that we can be further along in order to actually start constructing the lining projects, as well as some of the northeast area between 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th streets, just south of Sangamon Avenue. And that would include lining, manhole, and lateral repairs. And then we do have various lining, Forest Park Hills, Linden Lane, and Hawthorne. We are putting in a new sewer through that agreement we have with the Sangamon County Water Reclamation District. And then lining through in the older areas, as well as some T-liners too, as you can see on the list. Design engineering. So once we get the rail plot project totally completed, we're going to be able to redevelop the 3rd Street corridor with basically a linear park in the outskirts area, starting basically down at the where the Wabash Curve was, and then leading all the way to the fairgrounds and up to Ridgely Avenue too. And then in the downtown area, we're planning on activating the area. So it's a really exciting project that I think will open up certain economic development opportunities along the 3rd Street corridor. As I mentioned, we are just wrapping up the North Grand Avenue under an overpass. And we're working on land acquisition at this time to let that in November. Cockrell Lane, we continue design on that. We're working with Union Pacific. Unfortunately, it takes a little bit of time. We're trying to minimize the cost and get them to agree to a certain design so that we can minimize the cost and construct it quicker. Cokie Mill Road, Old Jacksonville to Washington Street. We are working on the project development report and just wrapping up the hydraulics for that. MLK Junior Drive. We are continuing to work on the design for the road diet, as well as the safety improvements to South Grand Avenue by adding a turn lane at South Grand and MLK. Lawrence Avenue, we're looking at letting that in FY24, in the latter portion of FY24. And then Headley Road, we also continue with design, and we just actually, I think we got the IDSs agreed to by IDOT, intersection design studies, and we're just continuing with design on that, as well as Adloff Lane Road and drainage. We have the surveying completed, and we're working on the design for for that project. Carpenter Street 5th and 6th, we just selected a consultant. They will be beginning design on that, including adding a turn lane on Carpenter Street between 4th and 7th Streets. Let's see, and then IDOT project coordination. We're continuously coordinating with IDOT to improve MacArthur Boulevard between South Grand and Wabash Avenue, as well as Stevenson Drive and Dirksen Parkway. Stevenson Drive, they're planning on adding more bike and pedestrian accommodations. They have a little bit wider pavement, so that as well as adding some sidewalk improvements and redoing the road. As well as the 6th Street widening, basically from the interstate all the way to just north of Stanford Avenue, and then Sangamon Avenue and Dirksen Parkway as well, where they'll be adding dual left turn lanes to improve safety there. And then in regards to, I know it came up that we were only using a certain select few. Actually, I think when I started, we had 11 architect engineering firms we're using. Now we have 20, so we are spreading the wealth, spreading with contracts, utilizing different contractors. And I think over 95% are local contractors. Urban forestry, our goal is to plant 500 trees, and we did just find out we received a DNR grant for approximately $25,000 to help us with planting those trees this upcoming year. And then we also are planning on continuing the tree asset inventory, because knowing what type of infrastructure and improving our biodiversity will help us out. And then the downtown, we're also we're working on design for the Old State Capitol pedestrian covers, as well as the restroom around the Old State Capitol to improve safety and provide that accommodation, as well as landscaping improvements in the downtown area, as well as along various corridors. Other new initiatives too. At every single ward meeting, stormwater drainage came up. We are working on stormwater master planning. That is within the budget to continue to work and take a holistic approach to address our stormwater issue. Also, you're very well aware of our aging streets and our traffic facility. It's in dire shape, and we would like to get our vehicles basically under one roof and allow us to function more efficiently. We're actually looking at doing that at the yard waste compost facility site, just on the front side of that. That will allow us operational efficiencies to utilize current staff to do various functions, as well as help us man the yard compost facility. We also have been investing in succession planning. We do have a couple of our division heads they're retiring, so we do have some succession planning built into the budget, trying to spread on that knowledge and make sure that we have somebody in place so that we can transition as smooth as possible once those members retire. We also do have a city engineer in the budget so that we can focus on capital improvement planning, as well as strategic planning, managing our subdivision development. So we used to have this position. We are eliminating the engineer 3 position instead to help kind of counteract that. We didn't have any luck getting anybody, but I think having a city engineer is very important for capital improvement planning, helping further city works, as well as doing strategic planning for the department. Also, online permit and plan review. We're planning on starting with roofing. We're working with one of our major contractors, helping us do some testing, and it's just wrapping up the final portion where the online portion is being integrated into CityWorks this upcoming week, and we should be doing some further testing and then implementation in the next month and a half. With the smaller permits. Also, we are proposing through reorganization. It's no additional money. It's actually less money, but having a projects coordinator that helps bridge the gap between the office coordinator, as well as our permits inspection administrator, and to help basically make sure that permits are being processed and checking out the dashboard, as well as helping actively manage the registration and occupancy prohibited cases as well, to ensure we're staying on top of those. We also do have proposed a TDL for beautification, and then we do have the money for one-stop shop as well. In regards to demolitions, we do have money in there for 35 city crew, us to do demos, including rental of a mini excavator as well as tipping fees, and then contracting out basically 35 demos. We also will be having to roll 65 poplar place, although that's in TIF line, as well as we do have 24 rail relocated demos that will be in front of you here shortly. And we will have additional rail demos that will be completed as part of the actual rail project that we bid in November as well. We may, looking at the current contract we have for the 36 demos with Parkland, we will probably have to do a floor amendment and roll a little bit of that money because they're not going to get all the demos done this year. This fiscal year, well, I imagine they'll get probably a quarter of them done. But so we do anticipate rolling additional money over that we didn't anticipate when we originally did the budget. Equipment's a major issue. We have aging equipment. We are requesting 2 tandem trucks with plow packages. We are also requesting a traffic paint truck. I did not update the note in 1504 traffic. It just said miscellaneous equipment is needed. That should have actually included the paint truck. That's why there's a big discrepancy in that line if you do have that question coming forward. So I just wanted to address that now. So I apologize for that. We also are requesting a small bucket truck to help improve our efficiency for tree removals, especially on smaller things, and allow us to flex our operations a little bit if we have a smaller amount of people doing that, and maybe potentially 1 to 2 person operation occasionally, as well as another grapple truck. We do need a new tractor with a boom arm mower that can cut the ditches, like along Monroe Street, and can reach out a little bit further. As well as in order for us to continue to operate, we're planning on getting 4 F-250s with plow packages, and then another 2 F-250 utility bodies with plow packages for our utility crews. That will also allow us to plow cul-de-sacs a little bit more efficiently and give us a little bit more flexibility in our plowing operations, as well as 5 salt spreaders and 2 plows for backhoes. And we're also planning on leasing some of our heavy equipment, including backhoe end loader, mini excavator, and a telehandler. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, let me bring up Alderman Dowling.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Director and Assistant Directors, and most importantly, though, we would all be remiss if we didn't thank the men and women that are out there each and every day, good weather, bad weather, and the work they do to make this city better. Public Works is not only one of my favorite departments, but it's one that impacts each and every citizen more than they probably even realize on a daily basis. Your responsiveness, whether it's someone who has a pothole or some neighbor who isn't cooperating on taking care of their property, or just a litany, I can go on and on and on, and I won't, but is appreciated by the citizens. I hear it all the time, and I want to pass that along officially here. Again, I know I tell you as we go along, but you guys and gals do a wonderful job, and it is appreciated.
We appreciate that.
You have to deal with not only aldermen and alderwomen, you have to deal with Indiana bats, and you have to deal with a litany of weather and a litany of other things. But we had our ward meeting last Thursday evening, and one of the individuals that did not come did text me later. And I did want to mention, I won't say her name specifically, I don't want to embarrass her or call her out, but she asked me, since we have all this money and ARPA money and federal money being put forward, Mayor, she's talked to you about this, talked to me about this, talked to Director about this. This is a property over by Jefferson Park. I shouldn't say property, a roadway. And I want to talk to you offline here about seeing if we could finally do something with that cul-de-sac that's having some issues just off of it. And but I don't have any specific questions other than if you could. You mentioned there are some vacancies, and regarding on the green sheets in particular, if you could just get a list of the positions that are on the green sheets that are vacant to us later, I'd appreciate it.
I can tell you now, or?
Well,
okay.
Let's do it later.
Sounds good.
Yeah, offline. Thank you, Director, and thank you again, everyone.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I'm done.
Thank you. Alderman Williams.
Yes, thank you for coming, Nate. I knew this was going to be a lot, and it was a lot, but the department does a lot for the city, and I appreciate everybody for it. I only have 2 things right now. The first thing is page 10. I would like to see that broken down by ward. or that information that builds those percentages, I would like to take a peek at that on either through a ward map or just somehow broken down by ward, so I can see where those actual road ratings are. So if you could please get that to me, I appreciate it. The second thing is, I think your numbers in your budget about how the big increase in housing complaints, how huge that is, that big jump, justifies my feelings that I'm going to be talking with my colleagues at a later time in this process, that I think your department needs at least one more housing inspector. And I think what you're reporting as far as this big jump just helps justify that. That's one of the feelings I get when I'm talking with people out there about public works is, I do think the housing inspectors we got do work hard. I just oftentimes feel like it's not enough of them. So if you'll consider that, and I'll be bringing this back up a little later. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. Alderwoman Purchase.
Thank you. Nate, that was a lot you said. You said it really fast, too. So thank you for being very knowledgeable of this presentation. I wanted to go back into the demos. You were talking pretty quickly. I know that you were proposing to spend almost $500,000 more for the demolition of 35 homes, but now you need to roll over some because we're not going to be able to get them all done.
That's correct. I can't.
Do you know how much you may be anticipating? Or are you going to give it to us at a later?
We'll probably get about 100,000 done. We anticipate, and was that about 480,000? So 400, approximately 380, 400,000 is what we anticipate.
Okay, and then can we get a list of those too? Now that you're going to probably be combining and then also having the new 35?
Well, we can definitely give you the list that we already have
Okay.
out there that we have under contract. Some of them, it kind of depends on what we're going to do. If it's an imminent danger, some of them pop up as they go along, and that one's going to not necessarily. We don't know that list quite yet.
Okay, and that was one, and then you was going a little fast, so I know you're decreasing with the ARPA funding for streetscaping, beautification, tree planting projects by about $5.5 million. With that loss of the ARPA funds, how are we planning to continue to fund some of these type of projects?
Well, the ARPA funds, I guess we thought it was a one-time
Right.
thing. So we just went ahead and did what we could overlay conversion-wise. We just budget $13 million. We try to do more preventative maintenance measures in order to spread our tax dollars as far as possible.
And I didn't know if you was going to do like a little bit in phases, because like you just said, this was like a one-time thing that came, but sometimes people get excited in our wards about seeing all of this happen, and then 2-3 years down the road, you're looking like, okay, we don't have that same funding over and over again. So I was just wanting to follow up and ask that.
Yeah, so we have more money, we can do more roads, but we do the best with what we have, and that's why we've been trying to spread the tax dollars as far as possible by utilizing preventative maintenance measures and then doing whatever overlays we can.
And I do agree with Alderman Williams on the inspectors. Like, I do think that we need more in that area. I know with you all, I send y'all something every day on something in my ward that I try to do follow-ups. I know we can't keep up with a lot of that, like the capacity, so I'm really hoping that you can increase that department.
Yeah, we can, and then what we would do is we work together with Deputy Director Harris, and then we would look at our complaints, our volumes, and then try to prioritize, and then basically make new zones so that we're operating as efficiently as possible.
Yeah,
we can always use more. We can always use more help, and we'll do the best what we can and be good stewards of the taxpayers' dollars whenever doing our job.
Yes, a lot of recent complaints, and I don't know if our inspectors see this, but dumpsters. I was just out over the weekend. I got to pick up boxes that's flying down the street because dumpsters to their businesses is just wide open. It's not closed. It's over full, and they're saying that they can't get any responses back. We know that they don't always contact us. Sometimes they'll say they contacted Public Works directly and haven't heard back about that. So that's another reason why I'm asking, too, for more inspectors in that area. And that was it. Thank you so much for the presentation, and thank you for all that you all do, because y'all are my number one department I talk to. CWOP is becoming second.
You're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it. We have an awesome team.
Alderman McMenamin.
Director Bottom, you can put your pen down now. Why? Because there'll be no follow-up action needed for these comments. You've just demonstrated again tonight the massively broad and deep nature of your responsibilities, covering many different areas, some short-term, some medium-term, some long-term. You have to track them all. And I don't know how you keep, 400 balls in the air at one time as a manager, very difficult, challenging management job. I think I caught you saying you've been wearing two hats. You've been wearing two hats for many years. You're both the director and you're the chief city engineer in Public Works. Did I catch that we're going to allow you to hire a city engineer so you can be the director alone?
That's the request. I appreciate that. And we have an amazing team. It's, I believe in empowering our employees, and we have an awesome team. So it's across the board. We all work together to get the job done, and I couldn't ask for a better team.
Well, that's a good idea, I think, to Mr. Mayor, to separate the duties like they once were so that it's not so heavy on your shoulders. And so I hope that we get that done, and you get an engineer that meets your needs and that we can hire one, because they're tough to get right now. So good luck on that.
Thank you.
Alderman Conley.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Popular, I think, applies to your entire department, so just please, again, pass on our thanks. You've heard it tonight. Rick, quick question. Under your new initiatives, when you're talking about this new equipment purchases with the tandem trucks and the other trucks, how many, are we replacing existing, or is this in addition to our existing?
Yeah, we'll definitely be replacing existing. We will probably hold on to a couple. Sometimes we pass them on actually to Lake Services or to Oak Ridge. If they can limp along, if they don't have to drive as far, driving on our busy roads versus driving in a cemetery is a little bit different. So we'll probably transfer one of the tandems or old FI50s to Oak Ridge.
Okay, so how many of these are we getting any addition to what we've already got in terms of vehicles, or are you just is it replacing one with a new one?
For the most part, it's replacing what we have.
Okay.
But like you say, we are planning on transferring one to Oak Ridge, and we may potentially transfer one to CWP Lake Services that doesn't have to drive a lot of miles.
Make sure CWP pays for it, No, but thank you very much. So it looks, in terms of the trucks with the plow packages, is the plow packages new? Because you said that's going to increase your ability to plow, or more flexibility for cul-de-sacs?
Yeah, that's correct. The tandems just don't operate very well in a cul-de-sac, and having an F5250, obviously, they can make those movements and plow a lot more efficiently.
Okay, so the 4 F250s with the plow packages, so will those all be new? That's what I'm trying to ask. Those are new plows that we don't currently have.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep, that's correct.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Alderman Hanauer.
Thank you. I just have a couple things. First of all, I think it's very important, and if we need to get, I said it last year, we weren't able to complete it, but if we need to get a contractor in here to get CityWorks to where we can get online plans submitted to get it done this year, we need to do that. I think it's very important. I've heard rumors that there's an issue between with CityWorks and whatever program that we were looking at, not allowing it to function together. If that's the case, then we need to look at whatever we got to do.
Yeah, my understanding is ISD got that resolved last week, and so now we're moving ahead, and it's
good.
Yep. So
That's good news.
Highland is talking CityWorks, and now we're ready to roll it out.
I just feel like that, and I understand the one-stop shop, but I think that the one-stop shop is right here on the computer. It'll affect 95% maybe of the people that do business with the city by putting in for permits and what have you. And I think that's extremely important. And hopefully we can get that portion done this year. We can get the permitting online. And then if we think there's a real big need for the one-stop shop, I'm not opposed to it, but I just think this needs to be done before we go to the one-stop shop. So I do have one question for the cemetery. We have had in the budget, and I didn't go back prior to what I see here, the roof it was $100,000, I believe. Well, $100,000. I want to say that we've had it in there. Now this shows 2 years, but I think we've had it probably 4 or 5 that I'm aware of. And at one point, I thought we did the roof for the chapel. Could you explain that for me? And
Absolutely.
it seems like everybody wants a roof, so.
Absolutely. So I failed to share that we do have 6 buildings that are on the property as well. Initially, the $100,000 was allocated from my predecessor for the African American History Museum. It took me being new in the role to identify how to do the RFP process, so we missed that full cycle, and then we had the pandemic. So with that, the African American History Museum has now had that grant that Donna was able to secure for them, and we've had asked them to include the roof repair in that grant since they're working on interior exterior repair. So now we have our mausoleum chapel, which is our public mausoleum that's active, and that initially was built in the 70s. It was expanded in the 90s, and that roof has been on since then. So my goal is
Did we not put a roof on something out there?
That was the Abbey. That's the first original mausoleum, which I believe the mayor, when he first started, was like $350,000. So I'm hoping these numbers are going to work in this day and age to try to get the replacement. But my other concern was in the midst of trying to get bids, I didn't feel as though they were being honest and transparent. So it was kind of a learning lesson for me to identify these large commercial projects. So now we have access to David Winthrop, who will help us in the purchasing department to really get a viable bid this year.
Right.
So we can hopefully get that addressed, because the last thing we want is any issues with that roof and that mausoleum chapel.
And I appreciate that. I knew we had done a roof, and I'd seen this on the budget for the last few cycles, and we never spent any money on it, and that was the reason why I asked the question. The only other thing I have is I want to thank everybody. Daryl, you've been awesome to deal with, and whenever I call with any issues, they get dealt with. To the building staff and everybody, they do a good job. We do get some complaints about how long it takes to get inspectors out and all that, but usually you get 2 sides of the story, and a lot of times it's not. There's reasons for that, and so I just want to say thank you guys and keep up the good work, and I think it was a great presentation, so thank you.
Anyone else? All right. Real quickly, Mr. Knight, I looking at your numbers over the years back since 2008, at one point in time we had 248 employees, and this year you're at 195, and I personally think that over the next 3-4 years we need to really try to get that at 200. I don't think our public works department should ever be under 200 people, especially when many times we call you guys. I know they're calling you Mr. Popular, Miss Popular for the people that's in your department. So I think that calls, for that we, need a little bit. I think that hurts us a little bit. I think that's very smart with us getting, 250s. I do some plowing myself, so I even with those things, it's going to be, you're going to have some skill to drive them, but I think that's going to help us out a little bit more, as well as some alleys where homes, only have that way to access. So I think those things is important, and that's a great job and forward thinking. I'm really excited about our Martin Luther King design work, and and see that. I think that's really going to bring some beautification within itself without adding anything else, to the east side of town, and I think that's going to be warranted. So our demos going forth, have we had any participation from the operators in the past to help us tear down any with the training and apprenticeships?
Yeah, we did, I think, years ago. It was before I was here, and then we were hoping to work something out last year, but logistically with COVID, it didn't work out for them. And
Well, I do know they're willing, so let's keep trying to work that. I think that'll help us in multiple areas for sure, and I'll definitely reach out and see if we can get something going. The community connections, I'm really excited about that, and I want to see us get back out. As I had mentioned recently, I rode through the area, and it's holding still, and I think the more, the second time we go back through there, we'll really be able to, concentrate on streets and sidewalks and that type of stuff. I did see the Fox Bridge Road. I have been getting calls daily about that and when we're going to plan it. But I have been advising them on utility location, sort of that we're moving that way. So a lot of people are excited on that. And my final thing is I'm a supporter of the one-stop shop. I do agree with Alderman Hanauer. Let's probably try to get everything online and see how that goes. But I will say that for many of our, there's some people that are experts at some of the things we do, and then there's some people that are not. They're going to need to come in and ask some questions and, have somebody available to that. So I want us to always, keep that in mind, that most of us, are computer friendly, but there is a large portion of our community that are not, and, they may not have a printer to print something out immediately and things of that nature. So I always want us to think of those who cannot, quite do it online. And that'd be all, my friend. Good to hear that we're doing some work to our own buildings in public works. Again, like I said earlier, the money may not be there, but if we can provide a good workplace with good facilities, then we'll keep people happy and we'll keep our employees around. So I appreciate your good job, everyone. And Darryl, I'm gonna call you tomorrow with some houses. I'm just playing. Oh, Mr. Mayor.
Yep. Real quick reminder, the one-stop shop's just not about centralizing services, it's about security as well. So you just have individuals on the first floor, not going all through the building. So that's one of the other facets of that.
Thank you. Security is important. Anyone else? Any questions? Any more presentations tonight? Just making sure. Motion for adjournment. Second. Have a good night, everyone.